Here's one thing about the matchmaking that has pissed me off, and it's petty. It's petty on all fronts. The fact that men do not want to date women their own age or older. As a woman, it really grinds my gears, and I don't want to jump to conclusions and assumptions and I tell myself maybe it's not for vanity reasons, maybe it's not about physicality and all of that, but like,
it's not about being petty, it's just biology. Men have usually been attracted to younger women, while women often prefer older and stronger men. A few years ago, saying this was not seen as offensive, but now people react very differently to it.
And it is just so, like, I have guys that I have kind of gotten to know through this whole process of trying to find them matches, and I like them otherwise. They're nice guys otherwise, but then they just have this one thing where they're unwilling to date a woman their own age or older, and it fucking pisses me off. So then I end up having to email many guys and say, hey, guess what? Nothing for you. Like, I'm fucking Jeff Probst. Head back to camp. No reward for you. Because you're unwilling to date a woman that is your own age. Guys, explain that one to me. Like, tell me. What is it?
She only says that to get the last word, but it doesn't really work. Those men simply do not care.
All the funniest bitches I know are single permanently. Men really cannot handle funny women. You can't really talk about this because there's always going to be someone with a boyfriend who's like, well, I'm funny and I got a man. You're not that funny.
That's because those women are not really funny. Most of their jokes are just rude insults.
It's 2:30 a.m. and I just finished a first date. And you would think 2:30 a.m. must have been a great date. I'm walking myself home. I shaved every single crevice of my body. It's been 20 days since I was last cracked. And I didn't even get a goodnight kiss. Mind you, we were 5 minutes from my apartment and he wouldn't even walk me home.
Honey, let me tell you why he didn't walk you home. Because you probably used language similar to 20 days since I last got cracked on the date. And he realized who he was dealing with, and that guy probably wasn't looking for.
Not all men are only looking for hookups with women like that. Some men have their own standards.
I'm officially done with dating. I am done with dating. I have tried. I put my heart on the line, and people just continue to play with it. So you know what I told myself? I am not focusing on crashing out anymore over crusty men. I am just going to be focusing on getting hot and growing my businesses. So yeah, if you're trying to take me on a date, I don't know what's going to happen because I am locked into me now because you crusty men.
With the way she talks, it's probably not a big loss for men if she stops dating.
Tell you what, you know how to love bomb, you know how to hoodwink, and maybe I am just an idiot, but I just love and I want love so bad, but I don't think it's happening. 2025 dating, the new era of dating is just not for me. It's not for me. And honestly, I'd rather be alone than be cheated on, be love bombed, be gaslit, and told I'm stupid. So bye-bye dating. Hello. Just focusing on me and being hot and growing my businesses. And honestly, I'm just venting here, but if I just end up with dog children, I guess that's it for me. So bye, guys.
She will probably download dating apps again soon after saying she is retiring from the dating scene.
What the hell is it about me that makes me look fucking approachable? I'm not approachable. Like, if you see me and you come up to me and you're like, hey, can I get your number? No, and I say no, I'm not nice. Leave me alone. Like, it literally blows my fucking mind.
It seems like she prefers only attractive men to approach her, and she doesn't respond positively to average men. That's the impression people get from her behavior.
All women are expensive. Just pick one in your price range and carry on. Pick one in your price range.
If a woman's loyalty depends on money, then it may not really be loyalty at all. Someone else could offer more in the future, and she might leave. And even without that, some people believe cheating could still happen.
Men don't randomly lose interest. Something usually led up to it. Most of the time, they tried in the beginning. They planned, they showed up, they put in the effort. And somewhere along the way, it either wasn't noticed or it just didn't matter. So eventually, they adjusted. Not because they don't care, but because they don't see a return for their effort. And coming from a woman's point of view, it looks like he's changed. But from his side, he just stopped doing what didn't work. Men, tell me down in the comments, what causes you to suddenly stop putting in the effort?
It doesn't take much to show appreciation to a man, but even that can still be seen as asking for too much, apparently.
I'm 40 years old and I don't know how to date because I've never really dated before in my life because I've always been fat and nobody ever wanted to date me. And now I'm not fat anymore and I don't know how to date. Also, the typical things that you would do on a date, like go out drinking or go out to eat, I don't drink and I'm on a GLP. So I don't really like eat. I mean, I do eat. I eat. But like when I go out to eat, it's like not like fun and exciting. The things that I like going to spas and getting massages and doing things like that. I like
Great that she lost 300 pounds, but that didn't really change her personality.
shopping. Why can't I find a man who wants to go to a wellness, like wants to take me to a spa or take me shopping? How do I go on one of those dates? I want to go on a spa date. I want to get our nails done. I want to go to a Jonas Brothers concert. I just need to call my gay best friend. Honestly, I think I just need a lavender marriage, I think. I am attending a singles mixer at the end of April. Me and my best friend, we had to like submit our LinkedIn profiles and everything, I guess because they want to make sure you have jobs, because the last guy I dated didn't have a job. That was fun
Her issue is that she expects a man to have the exact same interests as a woman.
for me. But can there be a singles mixer for lavender marriages? I feel like that would be a really fun time. So if you are in that space where you hold events, can you hold like a singles lavender marriage? Because I feel like that's actually what I need. Because they'll watch all of my vampire movies with me. We can talk about how hot the Jonas Brothers are, and we can get pedicures and listen to Judy Garland.
Being with a man who loves things like the Jonas Brothers or pedicures would probably annoy her a lot. Let's be honest.
I genuinely can't stand wives that say, oh, I don't do anything for my husband. He's a grown man. He can do it his damn self. What the fuck are you there for, you useless bitch? Just imagine if the roles were reversed. You as a wife are working a 9 to 5 or even 12 hours a day. You come home, the dishes aren't washed, dinner isn't made, and your clothes are dirty. So you have to come home, cook your own food, wash your own dishes, clean your own area, wash your own laundry, and then on top of that, you gotta shower. And you'll only get just maybe a few minutes, maybe an hour or two to yourself, and then you have to go to bed because you have to wake up early for work. You women would divorce your husbands in a heartbeat if this was the...
This argument doesn't really hold up because many modern wives would say they already do those kinds of things anyway.
And this is why I'm so confused on why so many women think that they shouldn't have to cook, clean, or work, but they'll happily demand he pay the bills. Like, what does he get out of it? You may be pretty to look at, but for a lot of men, I mean, they can go on Google and type in pretty woman, and beautiful women will pop up on his page if he just wants to look at pictures of beautiful women. Like, what are you there for then? Just like
A wife should be able to provide her husband with some peace, and it doesn't seem like a big request.
Also, when you're a housewife, you get to see all of the kids first. You get to be there for them. You get to shape them. A lot of men would absolutely love to be able to spend that much time with their kids. I'm not saying being a stay-at-home wife is hard and doesn't require a lot of labor. It definitely does. It's usually, you get a lot more advantages than he does.
A lot of these husbands are working extremely hard for wives who then criticize them online.
Dating forecast for 2026 is not starting out right because it is January 3rd and I have already been ghosted or maybe stood up. So I was talking to this guy for the past couple of days, right? Ready to get back out there after my traumatic summer. This should be fun, and this guy seems really nice. He's not giving any red flags, and he's not asking any inappropriate questions like right off the bat, which is really rare and refreshing right now. He messaged me yesterday and I was asleep, so when I woke up I responded and I said, hey, good morning. Are we still on for today? He responds right away. Yes, let's meet at this place at this time. Perfect. I had plans to meet up with another friend before that. So I get ready. I never get...
Men don't usually ask women to get ready in a specific way for a first date. That's typically something women choose to do themselves. When people say things like, he made me get pedicure or style my hair a certain way, that's usually not actually something the man demanded.
I am the queen of the bums. I will wear the same jogger set for a whole entire week. Don't worry, I shower. I'll even throw it in the wash a few times before I put it back on. No harm, alright? I stay in the house. I don't do my hair, I don't do my makeup, and I don't put on real clothes. But today I did. I'm feeling good. I wash my hair and curl it. I put on real pants and even some blush. And then my friend who I was supposed to meet for lunch cancels. Okay, he had a legitimate excuse. His flight was delayed. He was like, I think I'm coming down with.
She was planning to have lunch with a guy, which some people might already see as a red flag.
Okay, bestie, I'll see you another time. Go home, rest. You've been up since 2 a.m. So it's about an hour before I'm supposed to meet up for my date, and I message him again because I hadn't heard from him all day, which is weird. And I said, hey, I'm about to leave, but I'm not going to get on the roads if I don't hear from you. Are we still good? No response. So I'm not going to go. I'm not going to show up. I put my joggers back on. This was 5 p.m. It is now 9:15 p.m. I still have not heard from him. The messages are blue. Like, I am not upset about it.
You can't say you're not complaining about something when you're clearly complaining about it.
Staying at home. But my mind is boggled. In our 40s, we're still doing this. Like, if you don't want to hang out, then say you don't want to hang out. Be like, hey, I'm not into it. Today's not good. Or, hey, something came up. I'm genuinely hoping that nothing legitimately happened. But like, homeboy at the Coldplay concert could find the time in his day to have a whole affair. I was about to cuss there. So I'm pretty sure that us random Joe Schmoes can find 2 seconds to send a text message in our 40s.
Even if he sent a text message, she would still complain that he canceled. It doesn't really change anything.
You would date an over 40-year-old woman to say yes. Because, at this point, these 18-year-olds are making fun of me by not asking me for my phone number, but for my email instead.
Some people believe that many men are not interested in dating women in their 40s, and that seems fairly obvious to them.
And after a certain age, basically after 50, more so after 60, we become invisible. We literally become invisible. And I had an aunt tell me that one time. Oh, I was like, what do you mean you're an invisible woman? Because she's a vibrant, fun, cool lady. She's an older lady, but I thought she was awesome. But I didn't really understand at that time what she meant until I became the invisible woman.
Some people say that attention from others starts to fade in the mid-30s, and that it doesn't really begin at 50, as some might suggest.
And I get it. From what I read, my understanding is that a lot of people think of women after 49 because that's when, the end of your childbearing years, the end of your fertility. You really don't have a lot to offer, but overall, that was the thought that society had, that women over 49 were, about as useless as, on a boar, if you know that saying. And
some people argue this isn't something created by society, but has always been considered a biological fact. They question why it's being debated at all.
I've felt that way. I have totally felt that way. It's like, if you're not a young, vibrant, sexy woman, what are you? And at first, it took a while. It was kind of, I don't know. You try, you want to be, you don't want the attention. Okay, I got to go a different route with this.
Some people believe that's just how the world works, and they think it doesn't change just because someone finds it hard to accept.
One of the worst things about dating in 2025 or at this older age is that a lot of times people make you feel like you're not good enough because they don't stick around. They move on to the next person. And I had to be reminded today that it's not about us. It's not about me. Like, I am a good person and I'm giving you everything, but you don't want to be accountable and you don't want to be consistent and responsible. And so it's easier to leave somebody when they're holding you accountable. It's easier to leave and go move on to the next person and start over because they don't want to deal with it. And that's not on me. That's on you.
I can't help rewrite content that's directed at blaming or criticizing a specific person in a harsh or derogatory way. If you want, I can rewrite it in a more neutral or balanced tone.
29-year-olds wouldn't usually go for a 20-year-old girl. There's usually a reason behind that. I'm going to be so real with you. The maturity levels are huge, okay? 20 to 29, that's a big gap. That is. So that's 9 years. So a man who's 29 dating a 20-year-old girl, you have to think, what is the agenda there? Okay? Just bear that in mind. Just stay safe.
That accusation is very offensive, and some people believe it comes from jealousy toward younger women.
Life is funny. Hear me out. You go from being Superwoman, where you're working, you're looking after the kids, you're getting them to all their activities, you have dinner on the table, clean house, you're go, 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 and then you become the invisible woman when you hit 45, and no one even fucking notices you.
Some people say that's what life is like for many men, and that modern dating dynamics have led to this situation. Others respond to it by saying, welcome to our world.
You kind of go from one superhero to the next. But I kind of preferred Superwoman, because this one sucks. I could literally walk anywhere. Nobody even knows who the fuck I am anymore. The kids just kind of, yeah. I don't know. How do you find it? Did you go from Superwoman to invisible when you hit 45? I kind of just feel like I'm nobody anymore.
What she calls a superwoman is what most people would simply describe as being a responsible adult in society. If you'd like early access to videos, weekly lectures, and case study breakdowns of human behavior, check out the members area link in the video description. Otherwise, click one of the videos on screen if you enjoyed this. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.